So, back with my mate Steve, we've featured loads of your cars in the past, haven't we?
It's been a while, but we've done, I think, every car so far.
Golf.
Golf, S3, TT, R8 recently.
Now, they're all VAG, basically.
Yeah.
Behind us is your
Very
new,
different.
something
Definitely not what you're used to featuring, that's for sure. It's out of my comfort zone, but exciting and definitely more adrenaline based, that's for sure.
So it's a Nissan S13.
180SX import. It was originally my brother's car, probably been in the family about 15 years. I took it off my brother a year ago. He's a pilot, he got run down, sat for 4 or 5 years, didn't really get done, wanted to sell it, and I said, let me rebuild it, get it back to a good state, and we'll see. And then I decided that I want to try and put it to the use that it was built for and see if we can go sideways in the thing, to be honest. And this is the start of the journey.
Right, and I can see you've got all like Dragon branding on it. So
yeah, so sponsored by Dragon Energy for this year. This is going to be my project with them. So we're basing the whole drift thing after with them in terms of a project. So what we can do, see how I grow with it. So livery's based around them. All the other brands that we're fortunate enough to work with, all of their branding on it. And it's a bit bright now. Now that we've got the branding on it, it's you're not going to miss it, that's for sure. So wheels are a 3-piece rotiform LVS.
Yep.
These are easily 10 years old now. They're from, again, when he built it. Been on the car a long time, holding up really, really well. Brand new BC Racing suspension, front and rear. Adjustable camber, adjustable dampening, preload on them. Do the job excellently, to be honest. We've got 60-degree GK Tech drop knuckles on the front and just adjustable camber arms, toe arms and whatnot on the back.
Cool. Brakes?
Brakes are EBC pads front and rear, just normal grooved discs, no upgraded brakes, they are still OEM brakes. GK Tech Hydro goes in it in the next couple of weeks, but a lot of people that know S13 chassis is the cable handbrake is like a god's handbrake, it's incredible. Under the bonnet is a fully forged SR20,
yep.
Running about 430 horse. You could get a little bit more out of it, but it does its job. It's on a hybrid turbo. The car's a ton, if that, so it's
plenty of power.
430 horse in a car that's less than a ton it feels way more faster than any of my other cars I've had, that's for sure.
Well, that's 430 bhp per tonne. There you go.
Quick math. So no, very good engine.
Yeah, and so you're going to be learning to drift in this. You've done a bit, haven't you, in the past?
Done a bit, messed around in my past with my brother. Never really anything on track. Been out a couple of times now at Crail on their figure of 8 oval track. First time was an absolute shambles. Went out, didn't think it through, wrong tyre pressures, too gripped up. Flew my brother up. Kid knows the car inside out. Set it up much better with the tyre and the alignment. And I was like a different person. So we're got a drift day with a load of friends for 8 hours at Driftland end of the month. And that should be the big test of seeing where our level of skill is this early on.
Well, it should be fun, whatever, shouldn't it?
Should be fun, especially if we crash it. Not sure how my brother will feel about it, but got to get used to that part.
So talking about your brother, so how much work had you done to it? So was it was a drift car when you bought it off of him?
I'll be honest, the majority of it was already done. I've just revamped it. So yeah. He originally custom sort of spliced and changed the original loom in the car. A lot of wiring issues where it sat, the loom just started rusting away. So complete new wiring, chassis loom and engine loom from Wiring Specialties. Haltech dash now in it. I removed the dash and retrimmed the dash myself in Alcantara. Working with Cobra, so we've got a brand new set of Cobra seats in it. We repainted the car, the livery obviously as we've said, but the majority of the chassis work is definitely from when he had it. We've just brought it back to life a little bit.
Okay, cool. Can we have a quick look in the interior
Yeah,
then? Have a look at the seats. So obviously inside you've got your, well, it looks like it's a retrim dash and not like a flock dash.
Yeah, so we was going to, but I don't actually, especially up here, I don't really know anyone anymore that does the flocking.
Yeah.
I trimmed a lot of stuff in the R8 myself, so got someone to stitch it. Don't get me wrong, it ain't perfect, but it is also a drift car.
Yeah.
Got someone to stitch it all up for me, and then I fitted it. Reworked this because now part of the Wiring Specialties harness gave me a little control pad rather than he had his own manual flick switches on it.
Right.
That gave me the digital dash as well. Still trying to iron out, getting and waiting for an update for the RPM to work on it.
What's that, a hell?
Haltech IC7, yep. Usual fire extinguisher, power cut. This cage used to be red, so we pulled that out, went acid green just to give it a little bit more colour inside. And
you touched on it earlier, 2 new
two brand new Cobra seats we've put, so they went, kind of gave Adam the free for all. He said, what do you want? I said black, there's purple stitching, surprise me how you're going to do it. Believe it or not, it's taken us about 10 months to get seats that fit this car, because S chassis and the right height seats is a pain. So we've got these dialed in, carbon backs, got the nice S13 touch on the side of them. I really like the Cobra on the front of them as well with the Union Jack, so yeah, really comfy seats. Yeah. Happy we finally managed to make them fit.
So there we go, so this is where all the action will happen.
This is where the spaghetti arms happens when you're stressing out and don't know what you're doing.
Cool, well let's take a look at the back of the car now.
Yes, sir.
So now we're around the back. Obviously there's not loads to talk about here, but the exhaust on it, might as well talk about that.
Exhaust is idiotically loud. Doesn't get loud on many tracks, to be fair. I don't think there's a box in it whatsoever. It's just the one silencer at the back, screamer underneath the car. So when it's on full chat, it's ridiculous. Which may have to change that, obviously, now if we're wanting to get to more tracks. I might not actually be allowed on them. But it sounds good, especially on the streets.
The body kit looks like it.
Body kit is a BN Sports kit. 30mm wider front fenders. I think it's 30mm wider rear fenders as well. Again, the kit was in a very, very sorry state. It'd never been repaired from the day that he had it and was driving it. So I had a friend that painted the car, got him to try and repair the kit as much as he could. But I think after this season, if I don't destroy it beforehand, we're probably going to put a brand new kit on it and bring it a little bit more back to life again. So
yes, well, it's lacking the old cable ties, isn't it?
Exactly, there ain't no cable ties on it. It means I'm not doing a good enough job yet.
Yeah. I'm sure there will be soon.
Yeah. Not long.
So there we go, we just looked around your 180SX. If people want to keep in touch with the build and your story, where do they go?
S30BMX on all platforms, mainly Instagram. We do some YouTube videos. This is definitely going to be a lot more on the YouTube content, but Instagram is where you'll see the majority of it for sure.
Well, thank you, and thanks for your time today.
No worries at all.
And remember, if you've enjoyed this video, remember to like, subscribe and share, and don't forget to hit that notification bell.